Welcome to the NFL Rumors Daily video. Glad to have you for another great video with us as we go over all the NFL news and rumors. We want to look at right now the biggest news of the day. That's Aaron Rodgers is going to sign with the Steelers on Friday. Everybody was speculating whether the Steelers was going to get Rodgers or what they might do for quarterback, but Aaron Rodgers is indeed going to be a Pittsburgh Steeler this upcoming season. So the news a lot of people's been waiting for is that shores up a lot of quarterback situations, and so Aaron Rodgers, a Pittsburgh Steeler, he'll be throwing the ball to DK Metcalf, Robert Woods, to mention some others, Roman Wilson. So big news right out the gate today for Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers. So we're going to talk next about Terry McLaurin. The Chargers reportedly had their eye on him and the contract situation, what's going on there. So Terry McLaurin not happy with the negotiations appears, and the Chargers could be a team that's interested if he becomes available. But McLaurin's a really great player. Definitely would be a big grab from anybody. I know Jaden Daniels definitely doesn't want to lose him. Derek Carr said, giving up $30 million. He said he didn't play football for money and wanted to do the right thing. So Derek Carr gives us explanation of why he gave up that money. One of the other big news is Anthony Richardson will miss minicamp. That could give Daniel Jones a big leg up on the quarterback competition for sure. So he won't be there for the minicamp, and that's going to give Daniel Jones some extra time in there. So big news there around the Colts. Diggs, after the boat incident, a lot of people didn't know what was going on there, but it looks like the Patriots have been happy with him after the incident. He's been mentoring young players in camp, so Diggs looks like he might just been a one-time thing, and he's really turning things around. So good news there. Brandon Aiyuk's got in the news. Interesting there. Aiyuk reportedly was disgruntled because of his contract. He recently just got a contract, so you have to believe that maybe he's just not happy playing for the 49ers. So we have to think is, would that be it? Why is he just not happy playing with the Niners? And should they think about possibly moving him? So time will tell on that. With that, they are a couple wide receivers. If they were happen to do something like that, you do have Amari Cooper, Keenan Allen out there. So that would be maybe something to watch. Bijan Robinson said he's focused on the season and having more explosive runs. Robinson said he wants some more 25 to 50-yard runs as he comes into this season. So it could be a big fantasy season for Bijan, and also just an overall good season for the Falcons. Josh Allen said he's hungry. He wants to keep getting better. So that's good news for Bills fans as the Bills look at, their season trying to get a Super Bowl, for so long after the Jim Keley years. So Josh Allen definitely trying to put in the work to get that done. And former Panthers and Cowboys great pass rusher Greg Hardy, he was arrested on Wednesday for assaulting a family member. So Greg Hardy definitely is some negative news there. One time a great player in the NFL. We want to talk next about the Madden. On Madden 26, it looks like the game's going to have Guardian caps. There's a big controversy around the NFL, the NFL wearing those. So looks like the photo that we have on our page shows the Bills' DeMar Hamlin in one. So Guardian caps will be featured there. Big news there around the Vikings. Justin Jefferson said that the quarterback J.J. McCarthy reminds him of the Bengals' Joe Burrow. So that's a big compliment as J.J. played with Joe Burrow at LSU. They're really good friends, but big compliment coming from J.J. McCarthy. Looks like Colin Kaepernick's back in the news as he has let teams know he's staying in shape for an opportunity 10 years later. I mean, I just don't think Colin's going to get a shot, unless it's on a job as a quarterback coach or a quarterback help somewhere of that nature. I think that time has passed for him. And we definitely wish him the best, but I don't think Colin Kaepernick's going to get that opportunity that he's looking for. Want to talk about Garrett Wilson. Garrett Wilson's looking great in OTAs, and he said he wanted to spend his whole career with the Jets. It's something just like as we talk about Aaron Rodgers today. When Aaron Rodgers was there, Garrett Wilson was possibly seeking a trade, and now as Justin Fields there, I mean he wants to play his career there. Really, really strong how leadership definitely can affect you. 100%, 100% there. So the Falcons, Michael Vick visited with OTAs, wanting to meet and met with Michael Penix and the team. Just a great gesture by Michael going there, meeting with the team, talking to them about some football, and just getting some tips. Also, Dante Culpepper done that as well. So with the Vikings, so kudos to those guys. So some news about J.K. Dobbins. J.K. Dobbins is visiting the Broncos this week, looking that for a possible deal that might happen there. So J.K. could be his Alvin Kamara in the offense. So J.K. Dobbins is a really talented player. If the Broncos are able to land him, will be a really really good find there. Jquan Brisker said he hasn't considered retirement despite a history of concussions. So he wants to keep on playing, trying to keep himself healthy. Brisker does. So we wish him the best of luck. The Browns signed Dylan Gabriel, and the Browns have a slew of quarterbacks. We got Shadir Sanders, Gabriel now, Flacco, Kenny Pickett. It's going to be interesting to see what happens there, see who the starting quarterback might be. I mean, my money would be on Flacco, but the team has said any of the players could land as a starting quarterback. C.J. Gardner Johnson said the Eagles who traded him away to the Texans, well, he was a test dummy for the franchise. So really strong comments coming from C.J. Gardner Johnson. Ron Rivera turns it around with some positive comments. He said that the superstar linebacker Luke Kuechly knew about 80% of the other team's plays due to diligent film study. He would rarely go out when playing. He just studied film until game day after practice. So some big news there. Seattle says there's no quarterback controversy. Sam Darnold is their guy in Seattle. So they want to just kill that early on. And so big news there that, we're not going to be talking about any kind of controversy. Sam Darnold getting the keys early on. Justin Fields, I looked at some film. He looks a lot better with his precision passing. Looks great with his deep balls. Justin Fields definitely doing some great job in OTAs. I really like everything that this kid's doing. Want to talk about Trayvon Diggs. Diggs is subject to a $500,000 fine for not rehabbing at the Dallas facility as he had an injury last year. So we'll have to see what comes of that with the team. So it'll be very, very interesting there. So Saquon Barkley said, don't be surprised if he retires out of nowhere in the next few years. It sounds like he's thinking about like one of those Barry Sanders type moves. He might have the best in the tank, a lot in the tank, but he wants to retire up on top. So understandable why guys do that. We've seen Patrick Willis do that as well. So it seems like Barkley might want to retire in the next couple of years there. So some big news there, definitely around Saquon. Not to forget, Kirk Cousins, guys, is still out there. I look for the Falcons. If somebody has a quarterback injury, they could really deal Cousins at that point. Also, Cousins could be dealt possibly at the trade deadline. So Kirk Cousins really a name to watch there. Amari Cooper reportedly has interest from the Raiders, so I think that's a great fit. That's where he's drafted. He could come back and play there. I think that's an amazing fit there for Amari Cooper. Dak Prescott, a lot of people think in around the league that this could be the last season with the Cowboys. And if they were a team that would be interested, I think the Saints could be that team with Kellen Moore, who's very close with Dak Prescott. So just something to watch there. We want to talk about the Eagles again as they're generating some interest for Tyler Boyd as a possible wide receiver 3. So some news there around Boyd. And Kyle Pitts, I want to talk about him real quick. Kyle Pitts has had all kinds of trade inquiries. He is dealing with the injury over the last week, but has a lot of trade inquiries going his way. So a lot of news to pack into today. with everything going on. The big one, though, is Aaron Rodgers, of course, right? Aaron Rodgers signing his deal, going to sign his deal Friday with the Steelers as they can get him on the field for the mini camps. And so, huge news. A-Rod, Aaron Rodgers, is going to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Thank you again for joining us. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe if you haven't already. We really appreciate all the wonderful output of the videos. Make sure you follow us on X and Instagram. We really appreciate that. And thank you guys for everything that you do, to make the account successful. And thanks again, guys, and I hope you have a great evening.